Good morning, children. Today we'll study lesson number 4, all about birds. Okay, before we start our class, here are some questions. Name the birds that you see around. So, the birds that we see mostly around us are like hen, sparrow, pigeon, crow, etc. Next, how do the birds fly? As we all know that the birds have wings which help them to fly. There are different kinds of birds, so children, let us know more about them. Birds are the only animals with feathers. All birds have wings, but not all can fly. For example, ostrich. Ostriches can only walk or run. They use their wings for balance. Okay? They use their wings only for balance. Even penguin cannot fly. They use their wings like flippers for swimming. See, they use their wings only for swimming. These both are known as flightless bird because they cannot fly. And some birds spend most of their time in water. Water birds have webbed toes to help them swim in water. Common water birds are ducks, gulls, pelicans, and cranes. Next, feathers. The body of a bird is covered with feathers. Feathers do many jobs for birds. There are 3 types of feathers. Number 1 is flight feather. Are found on the wings and tail of the birds. They are strong and stiff. They help the bird fly. Second, down feathers are soft and short. They keep the body warm. Third, body feather. Cover the whole body of a bird. They give shape to the body. Next, we'll study about beaks. Birds do not have teeth. They have a beak to eat their food. Birds also use their beaks for preening, means to clean themselves, building nest to build their home, feeding their young ones, means their baby bird, and protecting themselves. Birds have many different kinds of beaks depending on what they eat. Number 1. Some birds have sharp, strong and hooked beaks like vulture, eagle, owl to tear off meat. They are flesh-eating birds. These are called birds to prey. Okay, children, can you tell me who is the king of birds? Eagle. Yes, eagle is the king of birds. Number 2, birds like pigeon, sparrow, and finch have short, hard, and stony beaks to crush grains or seeds. These birds are called seed eaters. Here you can see their beaks are very short. Number 3, some birds like woodpecker or hoopoe have strong chisel-shaped long beaks. It helps them to make holes in the trunk of a tree to pick up insects for food. Here you can see their beaks. These are long. Number 4, water birds like ducks and geese have broad and flat beaks with tiny holes at the sides which allow the muddy water to flow out, leaving insects and plants which they swallow. So here is the hole you can see which help the muddy water to flow out. Point 5. Hummingbirds and sunbirds have very long and slender beaks to poke into flowers and suck nectar. I have already told you the meaning of nectar in previous class, that it is a sugary fluid that plants produce. So children, we have seen that birds have different kinds of beaks. Children, next we'll study about feet and claws. Birds have 2 feet to walk and has a claw at the tip of each toe. Birds use their feet and claws to catch their prey for food and to protect themselves from enemies. Number 1. Perching birds. A perching bird has 4 toes, 3 in front and 1 at the back. The toes help the bird to hold the branch of a tree very firmly. This is the reason a perching bird can sleep on the branch of a tree at night without falling off. For example, crows, myna and sparrow. Children, here you can see the picture of a myna. Number 2. A scratching bird has 3 toes in front and a short hind toe higher up the leg. It helps them to scratch the soil for food. Example, hens and peacock. Okay children, tell me which is the national bird of India? Yes, peacock is our national bird. Number 3. Birds of prey. They have 3 toes in front and 1 behind. Just like a perching bird, it helps them to catch and grip live animals. Such claws are called talons. We have already discussed before that these are flesh-eating birds. So, children, tell me which birds are called birds of prey? Eagle and vulture. Yes. Here you can see the picture of an eagle. You can see 3 toes in front and 1 in behind. It helps them to catch and grip live animals. Number 4. Climbing birds have 2 front toes and 2 hind toes. The hind toes enable them to climb up trees without falling backward. Parrots and woodpecker are some climbing birds. Number 5. Swimming birds. Swimming birds have webbed feet. The webs of skin is spread between the 3 front toes. The webbed feet are used as paddles and pushers for swimming. Ducks, swans, falcons are some swimming birds. Children, you can see here, these are the webs of skin which help them to swim. Number 6. Wading birds. Wading birds have long legs and thin outspreading toes. Their long legs keep their body well above the level of water, such as crayons, herons and egret. Here you can see the picture. Their legs are very long, which help them to keep their body above the level of water. Next, how birds fly. As we all know that wings help a bird fly. Wings are joined to the body with strong muscles. The wings have feathers attached to them. These feathers help the birds to fly. A bird flaps its wings both in the upward and downward directions. These strokes are called upstrokes and downstrokes. Look, here you can see the picture. When they flip their wings upward, it's called upstroke, and when they bring down, it's called downstroke. Next is nesting habit of birds. A bird's home is called a nest. Birds make nests to lay their eggs in and to keep their young ones, baby birds, safe and warm. When the young birds are able to fly and find their own food, birds leave their nest and they fly away. So here you can see the picture of a bird's nest. This is a baby bird. Okay, children, tell me which materials are used by birds to build their nest? Can you tell? Okay, birds use grass, twigs, straw, dry leaves and several other things to make their nests. Next, we'll study kinds of nest. Different birds build different kinds of nest. A tailor bird uses 2 or 3 broad leaves to make its nest. It uses its sharp beak to stitch the leaves closely together using fibers. Children, as we have already discussed that bird use its beak to make their nest. So this is the tailor bird's nest. They use 3 broad leaves, 3 or 2 or 4 broad leaves, okay, to make their nest. Next, woodpecker uses its strong, hard beak to drill a hole into the trunk of a tree and builds its nest there. So here you can see the picture how the woodpeckers drill the trunk of a tree this way. They make hole and this way they make hole and they used to make their nest. I think you have seen on TV. Next, weaver bird's nest. A weaver bird builds a nest which acts like a cradle for the young ones. It is deep enough to prevent the baby birds from falling. The nest hangs upside down from the branch of a bush or a tree. It has an opening for the birds to enter. Here you can see the opening. It has an opening for the bird to enter. Look how beautiful is this nest, right? Next, all sparrows and hornbills make their nest in the hollow spaces in trees or walls. They line their nests with feathers and grass. Here you can see the picture. Okay, children, tell me which is the state bird of Arunachal Pradesh? It is hornbill. Okay, so next is a penguin makes a nest on the ground with few stones or pebbles since it is difficult to find any other nesting materials like grass, twigs or straws in cold areas because penguins mostly live in cold and icy place. Okay, children, here are some important points which we have already learned. So let us revise again. Point number 1, birds are the only creature that have feathers. Point number 2, all birds have wings. Most birds can fly. Point number 3, birds have a beak with no teeth. Different birds have different kind of beaks. Point number 4. The type of bird's beak tell us about the type of food it eats. Point number 5. Birds fly with the help of the flapping movement of their wings. Point number 6. Different birds have different types of feet and claws. For point number 7. Claws help birds to catch and hold their prey and protect themselves from enemies. Point number 8. Birds use different materials to build their nest. Point number 9. Different birds build different type of nests. So we have completed our lesson number 4, and here is your homework for today. Question number 1. Name any 2 perching birds. Question number 2. Name any 2 wading birds. Question number 3. Name any 2 climbing birds. Okay children, I will meet you again in next class with new chapter. Till then, take care. Thank you.